Yesterday, the Padres' 4-3 win, fueled by Jesus Guzman's fourth home run, 2 RBIs, and a steal as the Padres defeated the D-backs. Rookie catcher Luis Martinez, who homered Wednesday night, delivered the game-winning single yesterday as the young receiver continues to impress. Tim Stauffer, 3-0, the last 4 starts at Petco, on the mound tonight against the Rockies. Beautiful Petco Park on a Friday night, a Western night, country night, music and barbecues and lots of fun as the Colorado Rockies come to town for a weekend series against the San Diego Padres. And good evening, everyone. Along with Mark Grant, Dick Enberg, we're pleased you're with us. Now that we're almost through the month of July, 2 months ago, August, September, of course, trades are a part of the headlines now. Nothing has happened involving the Padres at this point. But there is some motivation in terms of the standings for the Padres. They're in last place, but they're only 2 games behind the Dodgers and 3.5 behind Colorado. So if they could get in a little winning streak here against the Rockies and the Dodgers who come to town next, they could move up in the standings.
I think Bob Scanlon in the pregame show made a good point. You play for pride, and you play to be the spoiler against the other teams. Maybe you can start now in the clubhouse with the Rockies not pitching well. You can scratch and claw your way out of the basement and try to work your way up. And because these guys are trying down there, we got a good bunch of guys down there. They go hard every night. Hopefully they can start a streak tonight.
Well, the Rockies are known for their hitting, and of course a hitter's ballpark, Coors Field, and it's not a pitcher's park, so it shouldn't be too big a surprise that their ERA is high, but it is surprising it's this high.
Yeah, the Rockies are really taking their lumps right now. You talk about the highest team ERA in the month of July, and the Rockies are there. Why? Collectively, they're not throwing strikes. When they are throwing strikes, they're wild in the strike zone. They've given up a lot of home runs as well, so when this Colorado Rocky team is in the stretch, they will give it up. The guy going tonight, Jason Hamill, my goodness, he's pretty much a flip of coin type guy because he will walk the yard at times, and at times he'll look really great. But recently, he's been on edge, and this is a perfect opportunity for the bats to come alive for the Padres.
And for the Rockies in July, they're 10-14. They've allowed the highest batting average in the National League, 276, and the most home runs, 30. So perhaps the Padre bats will enjoy the series.
And what did we talk about earlier? The stolen base. Even a single here and there will help the Padres because they can utilize that stolen base tonight against the Rockies.
All right, here's the pitching matchup, the opener of this 3-game series. Jason Hamill, the veteran right-hander, looks for his 6th win of the year. And Tim Stauffer, that ERA of 3.05 is the 8th best in the entire National League. The pitching matchup brought to you by Discount Tire, where America saves on tires. National League West rivals, the Rockies and the Padres, ready to go to work on a Friday night in San Diego. Fans coming up the waterfall main steps here at Petco Park, ready for action tonight as the Padres take the field. And on the mound, Tim Stauffer and his pitcher profile, brought to you by your San Diego County Cadillac dealer. Stop in for an attractive lease or purchase offer. Tim 6-7. As we mentioned, that ERA of 3.05 in the top 8 in the National League. His record here at Petco this year is 3-3. His last 9 starts, folks, he's 5-3 with a 1.96 ERA and a 2.16 batting average against. So the last month or so, he has been as solid as anyone around.
And the last couple of bullpen sessions for Tim Stauffer with Darren Balsley, the pitching coach, they have worked specifically on the location of the fastball. We know that the cutter's been a good pitch for Timmy. His curveball is coming around. So good strikes out of the zone, if that makes sense, but also good strikes in the zone. He's got to stay out of the heart of the plate.
Jim Tracy's batting order looks this way. Left fielder Eric Young will lead it off. Dexter Fowler, Todd Helton, the ageless first baseman, hitting .315. Troy Tulowitzki, Seth Smith, Mark Ellis from the Oakland A's, Ian Stewart, Chris Iannetta, and the pitcher Hamill. And our lineup is brought to you by the Prize Patrol, presented by Jerome's Furniture. Text winning to 269-411 to enter. Eric Young Jr. hitting left-handed, 161, right-handed, 320. So a right-hander on the mound turns him to a softer side. 232 overall, as you can see. And he lines that one to right field, but Denorfia there to make the catch. Denorfia, a late addition to the starting lineup, as is Alberto Gonzalez. Both Jason Bartlett with a hamstring and Will Venable with a back that's been acting up were scratched from the lineup by Bud Black about 2 hours ago. Headley, Gonzalez, Hudson, and Guzman then the infield with Ludwig, Maben, and Denorfia in right. Martinez, young catcher behind the plate, handling Tim Stauffer. Dexter Fowler, big swing and a miss. Done a good job since they recalled Fowler. They sent him down to the minor leagues. He was just striking out too much, not making contact. But since recall on July 15th, he's hitting .375. He too, a better hitter from the right side, a switch hitter. Left-handed, his average is .259. Tried to slide one in on Fowler. It's 1-2.
Perfect example of what I was talking about, Dick. That line drive to right field to Eric Young. That's where Tim has to stay out of. That was too good of a pitch. Put a good swing on it. Hit it on the sweet spot. But fortunately for Tim, it was right at Chris Denorfia.
He's had reasonable success against the Rockies in his career. 3-2. ERA down there, 2.18. And another foul by Fowler. Dexter is a Fowler, is he not?
Yeah. Following it straight back. Very nice.
I'll slow it down for you.
Baby steps.
Oh my! Here we go. 1-2 the count. That's a good-looking fastball.
That's the one fastball that you really don't see called too often. That one that's on the outer part of the plate and up a little bit, just above the belt.
High foul fly back of the plate. Martinez may have a play. No, just into the first row. Fowler stays alive.
Mentioned it earlier that Tim Stauffer throws the cut fastball. Is this the cut fastball? Watch the movement. You know, that might even been a slider at 82. And he kind of hung it a little bit, but taking a little bit off at 82, it looked like that Fowler was out in front of it a little bit. Did not stay on it. Fouled it out of play.
Back again with a 2-2 pitch. Right back to Stauffer. Good reaction. Takes a base hit out of center field. So a couple of well-hit balls by Young and Fowler for outs.
Once that ball leaves your hand, you are a fielder, and Tim Stauffer does a fine job on the one hopper.
It's not a warm night, but he's worked up a lather, hasn't he?
He has. Yes, he has. Game time temperature is 69 degrees, but there's some humidity in the air tonight.
Helton takes a strike as Bud Black looks on. Reported before the game tonight that Clayton Richard had exploratory arthroscopic surgery on his left shoulder. We'll have a report perhaps before we leave the air as to what they found, but it seems that his season is over. Richard's season 2011 has been spent.
Well, we wish nothing but great things for Clayton Richard. A good kid, works hard, and with a guy who works that hard, he shouldn't have any problem coming back, I would hope.
Helton, who can go to all fields, sprays a line drive to left. Oh, he's number 5 in the league in batting average, 315. He's got the 7th best night batting average, 317. Against right-handed pitching, he's hitting 325. That's 4th best in the National League. And his on-base percentage is in the top 5 as well. 403 on-base percentage. Joey Votto, by the way, leads the league in getting aboard safely at 427.
Looks like an assistance dog in attendance tonight. That's nice.
High drive, center field. That's deep. Maben back and makes a catch at the edge of the warning track. Well, Stauffer didn't fool anyone, but the book says 3 up, 3 down. The Padres come up with Maben, Hudson, and Headley in the first. £215, a 28-year-old from South Kitsap, Washington. There are his numbers on the season, 5 and 10. He's given up some home run balls, 7 in a row games that he's pitched. He's allowed at least 1 home run. Maben with the readjusted lineup. He was hitting 5th with Venable in the lineup, but when Will was scratched by Bud Black because of the lower back problems, Maben elevated to the leadoff spot.
Well, the Padre hitters tonight are going to have to be patient against Jason Hamill.
Check swing, and it's 0-2. Patient because?
Well, he can get wild. You don't want to start chasing balls out of the zone. Randy Reddy, the hitting coach, said, you know what? We can wait this guy out. Maybe he'll walk a guy because he really runs into trouble when he gets into the stretch. So when you have that, good breaking ball there from Hamill. When you have him working out of the stretch, that's when he runs into trouble. So it actually works to the advantage of the Padres with the stolen base we were talking about. So he can become his own worst enemy if the Padres can get runners on base.
Chop off his glove. Second baseman comes in to throw him out. Mark Ellis, good hustle and the quick whiplash throw, able to nail the speedy Maben. 1 away. The Padres starting lineup brought to you by Evans Tire and Service Centers, home of the free alignment. Ryan Ludwig back after rested yesterday in the cleanup spot. Maben, Hudson, and Headley hit before Ludwig. Then Jesus Guzman, who seems to be the real deal with the bat. Chris Denorfia hit 6. Then Gonzalez in for Bartlett. He'll bat out of the 7th hole. Luis Martinez the catcher, and the pitcher Tim Stauffer. 1-4-3 on the put out of Maben, and the pitch is a strike to Hudson. He too has a stronger average when he's batting right-handed. Overall, as you can see, 243, but from the left side, just 232. Rolls that one to the first baseman. And the way he left the batter's box, you thought it might have hit his foot, but I guess not. 2 ground ball outs for Hamill. Here's the defense for the Rockies, brought to you by North County Cadillac. Customer service at a whole new level. Ian Stewart has sent down to the minor leagues. His bat just was not producing at all. Tulowitzki, he's the all-star of all-stars at short. Ellis at second. The venerable Helton at first. The outfield of Young in left, Fowler in center, and Seth Smith in right. Iannetta behind the plate. Headley, leading Padre hitter at 294. Of those with at least 100 at-bats. And he too hitting left-handed 266, 100 points higher right-handed. 2-0 the count. 3-0. The big trade rumor that seems to be close to completion involves Hunter Pence, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Headley. Leads the club in bases on balls. That's number 47. Hunter Pence apparently in the final minutes of his career with the Houston Astros will be going to Philadelphia for 2 of their prime prospects and a couple of players to be named later.
Yeah, there's that bat possibly that the Phillies were looking for, right? That relief guy that they wanted, and a right-handed bat.
Ludwig put on quite a show in batting practice. He was chipping plastic off the seats in the left field bleachers. Takes a strike. Headley with 9 steals at first. Trying to become the 6th Padre with 10 or more this year. Out of play. Well, the last time these two teams met and Hamill was on the mound, Ludwig greeted him rudely. That ball was hit as far as any all season long.
And that was in Ryan's hot spot, down and in. That's exactly where he likes to throw that head of that baseball bat. And he made him pay on that one.
Down on the count, 2 strikes. Nice fluid 94-mile-an-hour fastball, trying to get Ludwig to go up the ladder.
That's about what he tops out at, Dick. The fastball, he throws a slider as well, a curveball, and a changeup from right-hander Jason Hamill.
Breezy night. The marine cover has brought a canopy over Petco Park.
I kind of like nights like this once in a while. Huh? A little cloud cover, nice cool breeze.
Oh, it's comfortable.
Sitting along cool breeze right here to my right. Cool breeze. There's cool breeze right there. Jesus Guzman.
Yeah.
He's been Mr. Everything lately.
You hum it. He knows the lyrics. 1-2. Just off the outside corner with a fastball. It's 2-2.
Still has to protect here with 2 strikes. He tries to make Ludwig fish away. Let's see if he tries to bust something up and in to the right-handed hitter. So many things you can do here, 2-2. Put a wrinkle in one, down and away.
That's my guess.
I think you may be right. Ooh, and he left it over the middle in, and you know what? Hamill may have gotten away with one. He wants it down and away. This one leaks. That's right in Ryan Ludwig's hot spot, too. You know, as a catcher, you got to get on your pitcher. Come on now. Get that. If my glove is out there, get it out there. Don't be leaving that stuff on the inner half of the plate.
Iannetta flashes out the sign. 2-2 the count. With 2 outs and Headley at first base with a walk.
Well, you know, Dick, just to elaborate on the Hunter Pence thing, I've just received word that Pence has been removed from tonight's game against the Brewers, and he's getting hugs in the dugout.
Yep, apparently the deal is done.
Yep. So that's one of the rumors out there.
2-2 to Ludwig. Out in front. Drives that deep into the left field corner, but well fouled.
Well, he's getting away with some pitches. Another breaking ball, a hanging curveball. Oh,
that was on a tee.
Yes, it was.
And he took just enough off of it, speed, that Ludwig was out in front. There goes Headley, and the foul away.
And that's the pitch that Ryan Ludwig likes to drive to right center field. Hamill elects to go back to the fastball, down and away. It's good location. Ryan's making him work. Next pitch will be number 18.
See the wind whipping through the shirt of Hamill. Ground ball sharply into left field. 2-out single by Ludwig moves Headley to second and brings up Jesus Guzman.
That's a nice battle by Ryan Ludwig, and he wins the war. Breaking balls in the zone, fouled off. Breaking balls in the zone, pulled down the left field line. He gets a fastball, middle in. He stays on that one nicely and hits that 5.5 hole to continue the 2-out rally here.
8-pitch at bat for Ludwig. And he singles off that 2-2 delivery. Here's Guzman. What a pleasant surprise he's been. We all knew in spring training we had enough evidence that this 26-year-old can swing the bat. He can hit. Now up from Tucson, he's proving it at the major league level. And he backs off the slider, and it's in there. 24 hits and 73 at bats, giving him that .329 average, and he's hit 4 home runs already. And changeup, 0-2. Looks more like a slider.
Yeah.
Didn't have a lot of velocity. He had
good bite down the outer half of the plate there. Good tilt.
Guzman was eager to pull the trigger, way out in front. Fouled into the glove of Iannetta. Strike 3. Now the Padres get a couple of men on, but Headley, who would walk, makes it to second. Ludwig dies at first. No score. On to the second. Neil Diamond Tribute Band as part of the Western Night. Party at the Park. Line drive. Base hit by Tulowitzki to open the second inning for Colorado. 110th base hit of the season for Tulowitzki, who leads the Rockies in home runs, 19, and runs batted in.
First pitch Hackett, and Tim Stauffer puts a wrinkle into one. It looked like a maybe a tight breaking ball or a looser slider, if you want to go that way. Just left over the heart of the plate for Tulowitzki.
Brings up Seth Smith, the former Ole Miss quarterback. Didn't get any snaps because a fellow named Eli Manning played in front of him. So baseball became his future. Now 28 years of age, a slider for a strike. A workmanlike hitter, 291, 8 home runs, 42 runs batted in. A little good block by Martinez. That breaking ball in the dirt, curveball.
Well, I like what I see Martinez so far in the small sample size that we've seen him behind home plate. Looks like a young, energetic kid, you know, has pumped some life into the catcher's position. Not that there wasn't any before, but he bounces around very well, is like what I'm trying to say.
Another base hit to center field. Tulowitzki will hold at second as Maben hurries it in. So back-to-back base hits by Tulowitzki and Smith with no one out brings up second baseman Mark Ellis.
You know, I think Martinez behind the plate is really going to learn a lot with Rob Johnson, Nick Hundley. Even though Nick's on the DL, he's quite a presence on that bench and in the dugout. Got a good core of catchers. As we take a look at Rob, gotten the throwing hand fouled off the other night on a foul ball. He's doing well.
Lucky that wasn't fractured. He took it flush, and he said, interestingly, while the ball hit him on the backside of the hand, the bruise was on the inside of the hand, so it did penetrate.
Good catching core here.
Infield looks for a double play chance as the right-handed hitting Ellis, former Oakland A, takes a strike. He was hitting just .217 with Oakland when they made the trade with the Rockies for a minor league pitcher and a player to be named later. 0-2. Now here he is. Watch the right hand of Johnson. He thought he had it protected behind his thigh, and it hit him flush on that right hand. Fortunately, no fracture. Said it never happened to him before. Wow. I mean, it's a 1 in 1,000 ever. You know, find your hand over there.
Just had to be hit perfectly where it was fouled off. And then, as we saw, I mean, just a little bit on the outside of that right shin guard.
2 on, no one out. 2 strikes on Ellis. And the slider's outside. Bounces it in, 2-2.
You can see what Tim's trying to do. Nobody out. A little bit of a jam here. So trying to get 1 pitch for 2 outs. Breaking balls down and away. Hoping that Ellis will top something to one of Tim Stauffer's infielders.
Fouled pass first. Both these starters had a rough outing last time. They each pitched just 5 2/3 innings. Stauffer against the Phils allowed 5 runs. Out of character for him, this run of success he's enjoyed since June. And Hamill also went 5 2/3 against Atlanta. Gave up 8 runs and 12 hits. Ground ball, but it's not sharply enough for a double play. They have to go across, and the runners advance. Gonzalez to Guzman for the out. Tulowitzki to third, and Smith into second.
Sometimes you get your grounder, but sometimes, like that occasion, it was not hit hard enough. So right out of the gate, Tim Stauffer gets ahead with the fastball, working down both sides of the plate. Now let's go to the breaking ball. He's got to protect, right? So he's hoping he's going to swing at a bad breaking ball that's out of the zone And that one's just topped a little bit too much, not putting enough juice on it to get it to turn 2. But he consistently worked down, which was nice.
Ian Stewart, left-handed hitting third baseman, just in a terrible struggle with the bat this year. Hitting 137. It's been up and down to the minor leagues. Trying to find that stroke that produced a 256 average last year and 18 home runs. Another line drive up the middle. That's 3 in the inning. 1 run will score, but holding up at second base or third base is Seth Smith on the RBI single. Ian Stewart, only his 3rd run batted in of the year, and the Rockies take the early lead. They found a boulevard for a line drive right back through the middle. Hit so hard that Smith had to hold to make sure the ball wasn't caught, and by the time he got to third, there was no chance to run him home.
You know, I had to double check, triple check, quadruple check the lineup card tonight when I saw Ian Stewart with only 2 RBIs on the year. Now that's 102 at bats as well. So he is swinging early and pay dividends early for this Colorado Rocky team, getting that first run on the board.
So first and third with 1 out to Iannetta. Low batting average, but productive. 10 home runs, 36 runs batted in. And he walks a lot, 5th most in the National League. He's walked 59 times, a .220 hitter. So obviously very selective for Jim Tracy's club. There goes the runner from first, and it's fouled away. Every time I see Tracy, I think of Tony Kubek. They could be brothers.
Really?
Former broadcaster for NBC with Joe Garagiola on the Game of the Week.
You know who I think of? Dudley Do-Right. Remember the comic? Remember? No. The Canadian Mountie?
Yeah. Another line drive, and that's going to be a base hit. In comes Seth Smith to make it 2-0. Well, they hit the ball hard in the first inning, all 3 men, Young, Fowler, and Helton, but no damage. But here in the second, 4 singles and 2 runs, still 2 men on.
Well, good hitting by Chris Iannetta, taking Tim Stauffer the other way. And when you elevate a fastball to a right-handed hitter, actually, you know, that ball looked like it was down the middle a little bit. And he just inside outs it nicely. And good base running by Seth Smith, because what he did there, he was maybe 2 steps off of third base. If it drops, he's going to score. So he didn't want to take off too early with the chance that DeNorfie was going to catch that ball and possibly get doubled up.
So the pitcher Hamill in a position now to be able to bunt these 2 runners into second and third. And he leads the Rockies in sacrifice bunts with 9. So he's done that job very well. In fact, that's the lead of any National League pitcher, 9 sacrifice bunts. Stewart at second, Iannetta at first. Infield creeps in very tight. Now he pulls the bat back. The runners are going. They steal it anyway. Oh my, this is becoming a disastrous second inning. So the infield so intent on the sacrifice, they forgot about the runners.
You know, I think Martinez should have thrown to third base, because Chase Headley was retreating as Martinez looks up, nowhere to go. I think Martinez had a shot to throw down to third base, because Chase Headley was going back to the third base bag.
So it's a double steal. Second and third now to Hamill, and now a balk. Oh, what else is going to happen this inning? 3-0. Stewart walks in. Iannetta moves to third on the balk.
So this is real time. Getting the sign. Watch Tim Stauffer. He starts and then stops and steps off. And once you start your motion, you have to come to a stop and then step off. That's a no-no.
Squeeze button. They got him. Suicide squeeze. And there's the tag for the out. Well, that's finally in this second inning. A good thing has happened for the Padres. As Iannetta on the suicide squeeze, and when Hamill did not make contact, he was a dead duck.
He is off and running. A pitch that is up and away. We could hear it from the bench. People were yelling, squeeze, squeeze, and they get a big out.
Count on Hamill 1-2. Yeah, good thing that pitch didn't occur one delivery earlier. Hamill has some power. He has a home run this year. 5 base hits. But a 3-run second inning here for the Rockies on 4 singles and a balk. To the shortstop, Gonzalez. And that'll do it for the second, but 3 runs, 4 hits, no one left. To the bottom of the second, Rockies with a 3-0 lead. A reminder that you can enjoy a great seat at this Petco Park Bowl Yard and all the food you can eat. One ticket, $29.50. Padres all-you-can-eat seats. Menu includes Wiener Schnitzel, hot dogs, and popcorn, peanuts, soda, water. And you can eat all you want. Why don't you call 619-795-5555 or check in at Padres.com. Chris Denorfia, Alberto Gonzalez, and Luis Martinez to bat in the bottom of the second. Not a good sign when the other team scores first, especially when they jump out 3-0. Denorfia takes ball 1. Padres this year, when they score first, 28-12. Beautiful. When they don't, 18-48. I mean, that correlates for every team. You score first, you're going to win more games than you lose. 2 hopper to the second baseman Ellis, and there's 1 away. Brings up Alberto Gonzalez.
Well, Hamill is known for once in a while having a bad inning or 2, stringing them together. There are times when he's cruising along, and then bang. Padres have an opportunity to possibly put up a crooked number. They have to be patient at the plate because he will walk people, as we mentioned before.
Fastball in there. Been productive. Not a full-time player, but 21 runs batted in, Alberto. Gotten some big hits.
A couple of guys who have taken advantage of an opportunity. Talking about Martinez, talking about Guzman. And this is a great opportunity for these kids.
Lifts that one into the upper deck. Ooh. Check swing foul.
Boy, that ball got up and in his kitchen. I don't know whether this was by design, but Iannetta was certainly set up inside. He just went up the ladder on him.
One out here in the second. 3-0 Rockies. To the breaking ball, curveball, 2-2.
You can see what a great setup that is. You back a guy off the plate like that, and then you go soft with the breaker down and away.
Line to right field, but Smith is there. Back a few steps to make the catch. And 2 gone. Padres and Espanol is presented by the Ascot Shop in La Jolla. They started that big summer clearance sale today, and the weekend, especially tomorrow, terrific items. Some of the best fashion you'll find in all of Southern California. So have Bill and Andrew, John, David, Allison, Angela, Ashley, Jack. They'll take good care of you. Everything from the finest casual wear to the most handsome suits you want to find. Shoes as well. Ascot Shop, La Jolla.
How about that tie I got today? Oh, yeah.
Now you're not going to steal my Robin's Egg Blue.
That's right. Those guys do a great job over there.
Luis Martinez, 3 for 11 since being called up from Tucson, including his first major league hit, a home run the other night, Wednesday night. And then the game-winning ground ball through the hole on the left side for the 4-3 win against Arizona yesterday afternoon. Slow ground ball, Hilton way off the line, but Hamill there and plenty of time to cover. As the Padres go quietly in the second. After 2 at Petco, 3-0 Rockies.
My goodness, is it going to be 2012?
It's going to be August, too, please.
Yeah, become a 2012 season ticket holder before August 26th, and you'll receive 5 complimentary tickets so you can enjoy great games this season. Sample great seats and enjoy all the exciting benefits of being a Padres season ticket holder. Don't miss out. Get on the horn. Call 619-795-5555 and tell the Padres you're in.
I think they invite you out to the ballpark, and off hours you can find the seats in various locations, see the one you'd like most. We'll see you in 2012. Eric Young, 2-0 the count on the leadoff man who lined out to the right fielder DeNorfia to open the ball game. Uses a split grip on that bat. You don't see that often. Yeah. Let's see if he moves that upper hand up a little bit. Apparently not.
That's going old school. I mean, you see pictures of like, what was it? Like
Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb back in the day?
I mean, he had about a 4-inch split between his two hands. But I guess it was just on that one occasion it seemed to be split. 3-1 with Fowler and Hilton to follow.
I think the magic number for Tim Stauffer, he's got to hold him right here at 3. Maybe a little bit of gap there.
There is a gap.
Yeah.
Ground ball to the left of Gonzalez. He can't get there. Skids out into center field for the 5th base hit for the Rockies.
Yeah, you can see there's a little bit of a gap there. He gets in the loaded position with those hands back and just off the glove of Gonzalez. You know, as I look at my score sheet, all of the hits for the Rockies have been up the center of the diamond or the opposite way.
Four have been to center and 1 to right.
Yep.
Yeah, they're just coming. Oh, remember Tony Gwynn the other night? He's talking about that's what he said. He always thought there was such a big holder. Once you get it by the pitcher, you figure you're going to hit it hard enough to get by him.
Right.
It's a nice place to aim your swing. Dexter Fowler. He tried to go to center field his first time, hit it sharply, but Stauffer was able to glove it and throw him out. Fowler, perhaps the speediest of the Colorado Rockies in a modest 4-game hitting streak. He feasted on the Dodgers 3-game series. He went 7 for 14 preceding their arrival here. They had an off day yesterday. Their only off day of the entire month of July, if you don't count the All-Star break.
You know, you talk about the scheduling and how much of a grind it is for these guys. But the CBA for the Major League Baseball players, the collective bargaining agreement says in there that you can't play more than 21 games in a row. And there's been stretches for every team. You play 20 in a row, that is a grind.
Padres have already gone through that, and they're about to do it again.
Yeah.
Back through the middle, deflected by Stauffer, and that's going to turn into a double play. 1, 4, 6, 3.
Well, get a grounder and take your chances. Tim Stauffer makes a good pitch. It's a breaking ball. Set up perfectly. Tailor-made all the way around. Positioned perfectly as Tim Stauffer takes a stab at it.
Deflected it just enough.
Yep.
Almost as if he knew exactly where Hudson was. There's Hilton driving one into the corner, and Todd Hilton has one of hundreds of doubles in his incredible career. After a long out to center field his first time, he goes the other way for this 2-base hit.
Well, the legs are healthy. You know what? He just took a slider down and in the opposite way. You talk about great hand-eye coordination. Most left-handed hitters will take that pitch and try to yank it down the right field line, or they'll follow it into the first base dugout. Todd Hilton, some way, shape, or form, stayed inside that ball and hit it down the left field line. Unbelievable.
He hasn't forgotten how to hit. Ageless 36-year-old. Now he'll be 38 next month, will Hilton be. Drafted by the Padres back in 1982 as their second pick, but did not sign, went to the University of Tennessee, and then Colorado selected him in the first round in 95. Tulowitzki, Cal State Long Beach, takes a strike. 1-1.
Here's that pitch from Tim Stauffer. Now that pitch is down and in, and he takes it down the left field line. Wow.
He just uses the entire field, as all the good hitters do. 1-1 to Tulowitzki. Slider low and away. Tulowitzki's line single leading off the second inning led to the 3-run uprising by the Rockies. Singles by Tulowitzki, Smith, RBI single Stewart, RBI single Iannetta, and the third run came in on a balk. 2 outs. Helton at second. Oh, that was sitting right there for Tulowitzki. 2-2. Stauffer trying to deny the Rockies here. A single, double play, double. And a breaking ball fools Tulowitzki. Down he goes, and a big strikeout for Stauffer on a curveball. No runs, 2 hits, a man left, middle of the third. Colorado 2, 3, San Diego nothing. County. Stop by and test drive the all-new redesigned 2012 Civic. Check out the latest offers on the full lineup of Hondas. Tim Stauffer. Then the top of the order, Maben and Hudson against Jason Hamill here in the third. Off his fist, Helton to the foul line and across to make the out. Maben comes up. He grounded out the first time. Hudson grounded to the first baseman unassisted his first time. And here's Maben. Consistently throwing that fastball, 93, 94 miles an hour is Hamill. Line drive right field. Will that make it into the corner? Yes, it will. Smith trying to dig out the carom. Maben takes a turn at second and he will hold. Ringing double to right for Cameron Maben. Padres' second hit, and Hudson and Headley with a chance to put a dent in the scoreboard.
And hopefully putting Hamill in some trouble going from the stretch, as Cameron does a nice job of taking that breaking ball. After throwing a first pitch fastball for a strike, he pulls a string, and ball's in the corner. He picks up Glenn Hoffman, but he thinks, you know what? I'm going to play it safe with 1 out. I'm probably going to score on a base hit as well. So he cruises into second base with his 13th double.
Hudson with big RBI single yesterday in the 4-3 win against Arizona. Line drive back up the middle. That tied the game in the 6th inning, and then he scored on Martinez. Single through the hole on the left side for the 4-3 win. Good rip.
Just couldn't get that top hand on top of that elevated fastball from Hamill.
Another foul. It's 1-2 with Maben at second base. 1 out double.
No, as a pitcher, if I'm throwing those fastballs and Orlando Hudson's having a difficult time squaring them up, he's fouling them off over the third base dugout. Why throw him a breaking ball? Well, if you throw him one, you better bounce it. If you throw it for a strike, it's probably going to rattle it down the right field line. Or just continue just trying to eat him up with fastballs.
There it is. He bounces it. Maben's on his way to third, and he's in safely. That's the risk of bouncing the breaking ball. And Maben reacting very quickly, and now the Padres can pick up a run on and out. Score that a wild pitch on Hamill.
One of the things I always look at with a breaking ball, especially with a guy at second base like Cameron Maben, when you see daylight, it's all in the secondary lead. If you take a good secondary lead and you see daylight between catcher and baseball, chances are you're going to get a free 90 feet.
I didn't think Iannetta would even throw, but he made it a pretty close play.
Close. Yep.
So Hudson with the infield back, a ground ball will get the job done. Tulowitzki can't come up with it cleanly. It's a 3-1 game as Maben scores from third. Infield hit, RBI for Orlando Hudson. His 24th run driven in this year.
Fastball's fouled out of play. A breaking ball in the dirt, and that's another fastball that Hamill's trying to sneak by him, but it's elevated, easier to get the barrel of the bat up and away rather than up and in or down and in even. He drives in Maben nicely.
Tulowitzki comes up with that play more than half the time.
And if the wild pitch is blocked in front of home plate, Maben doesn't go to third base, it's possibly a first or third situation. Because Tulowitzki knocked down that ball, kept it near the infield.
Well, that brings up Headley. He's the tying run now as the Padres have cut into that 3-0 lead. Low ball one. Headley walked his first time. His next base hit will be number 100. First Padre to hit the century mark this year. High strike. Hudson over at first has 13 steals, one of 5 Padres with 10 or more, led by Maben with 23. Major league leaders, as they have been most of this year in stolen bases, 114. Headley calling time. Well, the one thing that we've observed in the last couple of years, when Colorado plays, their pitchers are very deliberate with men on base.
That might have even been a set play right there. Hamill just setting until either the runner or the hitter called time. The hitter, rather. Oh, he was leaning a little bit. See him? First movement from Hamill, and Orlando Hudson kind of twitched towards second base just a little bit.
Well, the art form of the proper lead, the maximum lead, and still getting back, even if, little lean there. And Dave Roberts yelling, "Get back," from his first base coaching box. A ball and a strike to Headley. A run in here in the last of the third. Double by Maben and a single by Orlando Hudson. Runner goes. Swung on and missed. And Hudson is in. number 14. Well, it's been a weapon, no question about that. Get yourself in scoring position.
And we've talked about in the pregame show, getting those it looked like Orlando Hudson had the Fred Flintstone feet, like under the card, getting them going and going into second and third gear. And for Orlando Hudson, that's another King Stallman stolen base in scoring position for the O-Dog.
Headley was protecting on the swing, so the count is 1-2. Line drive, base hit to right field. Hudson around third. He's on his way to the plate. Here comes a throw by Seth Smith. It's not in time, and it's a 3-2 game. Headley with his 36th RBI of the year. Cashes in Hudson, so the infield hit, stolen base, sets up the RBI single. And the lead for Colorado shrinking from 3-0 now to 3-2.
How about the Padres stringing together 3 straight base hits, and Chase Headley, this bat shatters. That bat will die happy as he puts it over Todd Helton's head, fights off a fastball on the inside part of the plate.
And brings up Ryan Ludwig. Ludwig singled sharply to left field his first time. So 2 runs in here in the third. Still just 1 out, and Headley with 9 stolen bases at first base. 1-1. High fastball.
Hamill's been getting that fastball up. And home plate umpire Mike Winters. You know, I like it when an umpire calls a legitimate strike up around the belt buckle. As you see the breakdown from Hamill, the next pitch will be number 50.
He went around 1-2. After Stauffer fouled out, the double by Maben, wild pitch, single Hudson off Tulowitzki's glove to score Maben. Hudson steals second, sets up the second run on Headley's base hit to right. And now the count leveled at 2-2 to Ryan Ludwig. Jammed him, and foul pop back of the plate. Iannetta again just over the screen into the first row. So each team has seen the other send a pop fly behind the plate that just did get out over the screen. Second life for Ludwig. Jesus Guzman on deck.
You know, I was just thinking, we talked about the steal, right? And I wanted to wait a couple pitches because I wanted to mention something about the delayed steal. I'm not saying it's going to happen here because Tulowitzki at short and Ellis at second, they're pretty heady players. How are you successful on the delay? Well, you get guys that kind of nap after the pitch has been thrown and taken. These guys, good middle infielders, will keep an eye on the runner.
Just did protect there.
After the pitch is thrown and caught, if taken by the hitter. You know, after the ball is caught, you just don't start, you know, doing a little landscaping with your feet around your position.
Or turn your back, kind of take this little stroll back to position. That's exactly
check
what.
And see if your tickets are in the stands, you know, that type of stuff. You got to keep an eye on that runner. But if you get the right combination at second and short that are kind of falling asleep, that's when you would utilize the delayed steal.
Another foul. Ludwig, the first time up, 9 pitch at bat before he singled sharply to left field. Continues to foul off the good ones. 7 so far, so the 8th pitch of this at bat coming up. Headley was running on 2-2 with Ludwig up the first time. Not this time. Strike 3 called, and Ludwig knew it. That's the second strikeout for Hamill. Well, here's our cold hard blast from yesterday, presented by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Jesus Guzman, his 4th home run into the upper deck here at Petco Park. He was 2 for 2. He was on base all 4 times, drove in a couple of runs. Swinging a hot bat.
And looking at that swing, he went down and got a breaking ball.
Low and away, ball 1.
Now, I remember the home run that he hit earlier, prior to the one we just saw. It was a breaking ball as well out in front. And that breaking ball we just saw yesterday's game, down and out in front a little bit. So even though he can get fooled a little bit, if he keeps just enough back and just utilizes that power, the upper half of his body, he can send it a long way, he has shown.
Ooh. 2-0.
Thank you. Let's take a look at the glove of Iannetta. Does he kind of bring it out of the zone? Maybe.
Backhanded, isn't it? Momentum of the pitch took his glove down.
Yeah.
So Guzman sitting on a 2-0 pitch. Outside. Slider. Good discipline. 2-0. It's been very easy to take a hack at that one.
Especially the short breaking ball like that, because it looks so much like a fastball. It looks like it's going to be over the plate.
Fly ball routine. Left fielder Young comes in to make the catch, so they green lighted Guzman 3-0, but couldn't get the sweet part of the bat on it. But the Padres scored 2 on 3 hits and lead 1. It's 3-2. Trivia question tonight. Todd Hilton has over 2,300 Major League base hits. A lot of those against the Padres. In fact, he's 3rd all-time most hits against San Diego pitching with 265. Can you name one of the other 2, top 2, hitting against San Diego pitching? We'll have the answer bottom half of the inning. First pitch strike. As Seth Smith unable to hold up. He singled back in the 2nd inning and scored one of the 3 Rockies runs.
You know, when I look at that trivia question, I have to think NL West. Correct? Don't you think?
That's that's good logic. Yeah. And in fact, one of the 2 is, but not the other.
Okay.
Inside, 2-1. Smith, then Ellis and Stewart in the Colorado 4th inning. Rockies with 3 in the second. The Padres answer with 2 in the third. Country night, and that's off into the country down the left field line.
Yeah, I should have worn my boots tonight.
Yeah. Boy, it just brings back the great memories of some of the country hit songs. Great titles.
It's been some great ones.
Oh, the weather is here. I wish you were beautiful. The pitch, ground ball to the right side is just foul. I made her the queen of my double wide trailer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Prop me up beside the jukebox if I die.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. This guy just came from the Lakeside Rodeo. Yippee-ki-yay.
They had a good time out there in the park on Friday night.
That's a shocker. He's wearing a Jack Daniels t-shirt.
Check swing foul. Who'd he play for?
Jack Daniels.
Jack, yeah.
Middle infielder. Utility guy.
Switch hitter?
Back in the 20s from Tennessee.
Oh.
And he wore number 5.
You know, you're giving away way too much information. 2-2. High fly ball. Just missed that. That is way up in the night. Finally comes down in the glove of Denorfia. I still agree with Mark Levy, the old Buffalo Bills coach. His favorite was, I'd rather have a bottle by me than a frontal lobotomy.
That's, yeah.
Line drive right at Headley. Mark Ellis pulls it sharply. Headley had to move his glove about 1 foot to make the catch.
Now, I want to correct myself. Jack Daniels wore number 7.
Oh, he wore 7
number
now.
5, yeah. Old number 7. Speaking of numbers.
But I think he changed numbers through the years.
He probably did.
Because it got a little blurry at times. Ian Stewart singled sharply to center field, drove in a run, and then scored on a balk eventually. That's the difference in the game right now. Curveball strike. Stauffer jumps in front, 2 strikes.
Boy, Tim needs a quick inning here. That would be nice. He's got him in the hole 0-2. Put him away, get back in that dugout, and hopefully the Padres can put up another crooked number in their half of the 4th.
Outside, this is a Rockies team that's puzzled their followers up there in Denver. On May 17th, they were in first place. On May 1st, they led the National League West by 4.5 games. On the inside corner, strike 3. Indeed, Stauffer with a 1-2-3 4th inning. Coming up for the Padres in the home half of the 4th, Denorfia, Gonzalez, and Martinez. 3-2 Colorado. 3-2. Denorfia leads it off. Grounded to second his first time. Takes the fastball upstairs. Well, it's an interesting pitching matchup tomorrow night, fans. 5 o'clock for our Honda Dealers pregame show. 5:35 first pitch. Aaron Harang, who has the best winning percentage in all of the National League, 9-2, against Ubaldo Jimenez, who's 6-9, the big right-hander for the Rockies. Not only is that an interesting matchup because of the talent of the two men on the mound, it's possible that neither will be on the uniform of the Padres or the Rockies tomorrow at 5 o'clock. They're both subject of trade talk. Nothing's happened today except that, although not official, all the news from Houston indicates Hunter Pence, the outfielder, is on his way to Philadelphia. Inside, 3-2.
Yeah, that's a done deal.
No official, huh?
Phillies acquire Hunter Pence and $1 million from the Astros for a few prospects.
Ground ball sharply. Glove by Tulowitzki, off balance, and look at Helton pick that out of the dirt. Yeah, these infielders know you just get it somewhere close to the veteran Helton and he'll dig it out. A 3-time Gold Glove winner.
Just don't throw it over the head of Todd Helton. And he realizes that at times the infielders are going to bounce it. Tulowitzki probably could have made that throw, but if you throw it higher, it's going to have more of a humpy hump to it, and Denorfia's got a better chance of possibly beating it out.
Swing and a miss by Alberto Gonzalez. He lined to right his first at bat.
Great all-around play, huh?
On both sides. Him and Tulowitzki gloving it, and to the Helton, that was a tough in-between hop. Made it look easy. The Astros got two of the prime Philly minor leaguers ranked in the top 40 in the minor leagues by Baseball America. Line drive left field, hit well, but Young is camped out there. So Gonzalez in tough luck tonight. He's lined to right, now he's lined out to left. You know, people thought you were referring Jack Daniels tongue-in-cheek to maybe something that you would drink over some ice cubes.
Right, I was wrong on a couple of things. I was wrong era. He played actually 1952 with the Boston Braves.
Any surprise he didn't hit well?
Well, you know, yeah, that 187 average, maybe too many see-throughs. And in the Neon League, though, he hit 1,000.
Very popular in the Neon League. Martinez fouls it back. He grounded to first his first at bat. I think he was dating a Russian woman at the time, Svetlana Smirnov. Quite a couple. 1-1. Fastball through the swing of Martinez. Base is empty here in the fourth. 2 gone. 1-run game. No surprise there. Foul back. 72nd pitch from Hamill. Did he go? No. Slider off the plate. 2-2 to Martinez. He did retrieve the baseball, the home run that he hit on Wednesday night. Fan was gracious about giving him the ball, making sure he got it, and of course he signed a few things, few items, and we took a picture with that fan. You could tell in talking with him that's already a treasure.
Oh yeah,
first major league hit, a home run. Count remains even, 2-2. Well, it's a birthday celebration with the Padres tonight. Mike Adams, number 33, out in the bullpen. Right back to Hamill. So some good plays behind him. Shortstop Tulowitzki and first baseman Hilton. A line out and a sharp comebacker by Martinez. 1, 2, 3, fourth for San Diego.
From San Diego, home of Ron Burgundy and the Channel 4 News Team, mid-game recap brought to you by Murray Lamper Construction. It's time to improve your home. Visit MurrayLamper.com to see their work, get remodeling tips, meet the team, and schedule a consultation. MurrayLamper.com. Stay classy, San Diego. Dick?
All right, Mark. Top of the fifth inning. Chris Iannetta hitting eighth, the catcher. Single to right field, drove in a run. In the second inning, he eventually was erased on a suicide squeeze that went awry. Line drive, another one-hopper. Headley keeps it at his feet and throws him out. Boy, we've seen some hard hit outs tonight. That Ron Burgundy fella, I've been searching around the channels, and there's about 1,000 of them on my set there. I can't find that guy. Yeah, I know he's one of your favorites.
Oh, love Ron Burgundy and the Channel 4 News Team.
Oh, is he with us? He's on the Channel 4.
He'll show up once in a while. Yeah.
The pitcher Hamill, you see as he stands in the batter's box, it's not as evident on the mound how tall he is. All of 6'6". Over but low, 2-0. After failing to put the bunt down on the suicide squeeze, he grounded to short his first time. Line drive, base hit. That's going to make it by Ludwig all the way up the gap to the 401 sign. Hamill chugs around second and will hold with a long double. Rockies continue to be on the pitches of Tim Stauffer.
He just grouped him a fastball here, and you can tell by Martinez's glove he has to reach across the heart of home plate. He wanted to keep it down and away. And the big right-hander put a good swing on that one.
Hard out by Iannetta, and now a long double by Hamill with one out brings up Eric Young.
That was a 2-1 count. So as a pitcher, right, you're up there. One out, nobody on.
Young hits one deep to right field. Denorfia into the corner to make the catch going away. Hamill tags, advances to third. 2 away. Now Chris Denorfia making that catch, and congratulations to Chris. He was voted the San Diego Heart and Hustle winner. Each team in the major leagues so nominated by the Major League Players Alumni Association and his hustle in the outfield on the bases. And no one's going to argue that. Each team honoree will go to New York in November, and they'll select an overall Major League Heart and Hustle winner. And Denorfia will represent the Padres. Congratulations to him. Well earned.
Absolutely. Who says number 13 is unlucky? He works hard. Things will go your way. That's what it's all about with Chris Denorfia.
Dexter Fowler hit the ball right back to the pitcher twice. Once for a sharp comeback out. Another caromed by Stauffer to the second baseman Hudson for a 1-4-6-3 double play. Two-seamer doesn't quite find the strike zone. 3-0, and that's with Todd Hilton on deck. At the knees for a strike. You got to make Fowler at least take a swing at it here. You don't want Hilton up there with first and third.
And Tim Stauffer knows that.
Big swing and a miss at a slider. 3-2.
You almost have to think, breaking ball here for a strike. If he throws it 3-1 to go 3-2, why not throw it again? Yep.
He lost him.
Pretty good pitch.
And that is the first walk tonight from Stauffer. Sets up first and third for Hilton. And brings up the answer to our AT&T trivia question. Hilton has the third most hits ever against Padre pitching, 265. Name one or both of the other two, and our answer is?
I'm going to guess Pete Rose on one.
And Barry Bonds is the NL West player, and you were right about that as well.
Now, that's kind of a trick question because remember back in the day, Cincinnati was in the National League West. So a lot of people might have been thinking, okay, today with the realignment and all that stuff, Bonds was pretty much a no-brainer. That's the first one that came to mind. But then had to think, 60s, 70s, and 80s.
But Hilton continues to accumulate base hits. Another tonight on a double to left, also long out to center field. So a 3-2 score, Colorado, and runners at first and third to the dangerous veteran Hilton. As he continues his comeback, had an offseason last year, but this is the Hilton of old, a .315 hitter. Takes an off speed. Breaking ball for a strike. He was a pitcher as well as a hitter at Tennessee. 23 saves and a 19-5 career record as a volunteer.
That doesn't surprise me, huh? Todd Helton could have been captain of the chess team, the math club.
He had 2 strikes on him when he doubled the last time. Did he go around? No. Third base umpire Mike Machlinsky said he held back.
Let's take a look from the side. Oh, bang him.
Yeah, the barrel went past the plate.
Yeah, I think he went.
But he's an all-star and a future Hall of Famer. Black trying to digest that call. Fowler with excellent speed at first base. And the pitcher Hamill at third. 2 outs. Strike 3 called. Hit the inside corner. Big fastball, strike 3 from Tim Stauffer. That leaves the Rockies stranded at the corners here in the top of the 5th inning, and the score remains 3-2 at the halfway mark.
Con Casino, and you know the role, folks. If a grand slam is hit this inning, you could earn huge cash. You know what that huge cash is up to now, Mr. Enberg?
Cha-ching.
45. No, Chacin pitches for the Rockies.
Oh.
45.
Cha-ching, I said.
$45,000 could be yours if a grand slam is hit this inning, but you have to enter at 4SD.com.
That's a nice even number, 45,000. Wouldn't it be exciting for the payoff to occur?
Sure.
Season's wearing on here. Only 2 more months to go. Stauffer squares and takes a strike. Fouled to first his initial at bat. Not a bad hitter. In fact, I remember a couple of weeks ago used as a pinch hitter by Buddy Black. Has 5 RBIs, more than any Padre pitcher. Pops him up right side. Second baseman Ellis with a catch. 1 away. Top of the order, Cameron Maben doubled into the right field corner to ignite the 2-run rally in the 3rd.
You know what I noticed on that pop-up? Simple pop-up, right? Well, I immediately focused on Todd Helton at first base as soon as that ball was lifted to the air. Todd Helton was drifting over that way, and he was almost like in between peeling off, or because Ellis took charge. I heard him yell on the field, Mike, I got it, I got it, I got it, and then he peeled off. So my point is, you know, he was going to camp under, but Ellis took charge out there. The middle infielder took charge, and Helton peeled off. If you hear that guy yell, get the heck out of the way. See if you can listen. See, and then Helton just goes his own way and gets out of the way and lets Ellis squeeze it for the out.
First pitch to Maben. Slider in for a strike. That one's off the fist, but it's going to fall into right center field for a base hit. So Maben dunks a single to right center. His second hit tonight. Tying run aboard. And a definite threat to steal. Maben has made good 17 steals in a row. That makes up for those line drives that are caught. Orlando Hudson singled in a run in the 3rd. Singled Maben home with his base hit off the glove of Tulowitzki. He's got to go to first, doesn't he?
I would think long set, throw over, or step off like that. Okay, let's see if he throws Hudson a fastball here. Threat of running, speed at first.
I say he's going to go over to first again.
I'm going to say, okay, dollar bet. I think he's going to slide step towards home plate. Gosh. All right.
Just add that to the other dollars that you owe me, and we'll just pay off at the end of the
sounds good.
season.
You want me to keep track?
I hate when you go into
your pen's not working.
I hate when you go into your pocket like you're going for money and moths start flying out of there.
George Washington starts yawning.
Yeah. Maybe to the plate this time. Maben's got a commanding lead.
Looks like
pitch.
Yep. Looks like he got squeezed there too. It looked like a pretty good pitch. So the count in favor of Orlando Hudson, and it was a fastball.
The reason that Maben might not be stealing is with a left-handed batter up there, you got that big hole on the right side for Hudson to shoot at, with Helton holding on the runner, Maben.
Ooh, that was close. How about the swipe tack from Todd Helton?
Oh, he's a master at that.
Wow. Hey, you get that ball in the webbing of the glove of the first baseman, and you swipe. Look at this swipe tag. You get a ball in the webbing and then slap it.
Only because he caught that far corner of the bag, right field corner, was Maben under that swipe tag.
That could hurt that hand if you're diving in at first base.
Pitch out. You heard the whistle. And that's somebody in the dugout or on the field. Could have been Roberts even whistling to say, hey, pitch out. So 2-0. The pitch out puts Hamill behind on the count. So Maben's already done some damage. 3-0. And this is exactly why the reputation of being a base stealing tamer, Maben personifying that, does so many things to the defense. The pitcher
could be thrown off the pitcher a little bit, you know.
Now Hudson sitting on a 3-0 pitch. There he goes. Down low, the throw, not in time. Easily stolen. That's 18 in a row for Maben. 24 on the season. He has doubled into the right field corner, and he's singled and stolen second base as good as another double. And, well, actually, you take the stolen base away. The pitch was called ball 4. So Hudson to first base, so no steal on the play. So runners at first and second, and 1 out. And Chase Headley up with Ludwig on deck. Second walk from Hamill.
Well, as Maben slides in, he hits that ground pretty hard. He came up and running to second base. He didn't realize that it was ball 4. So he's got to go in hard because he doesn't know, you know.
And those infielders aren't going to help you out.
Don't know if he flashed look going down to second base. He had his head down and he wanted that 90 feet.
Headley has walked and singled, knocked in a run. Chance to tie it up here. 3-2 Colorado in the last of the 5th. Strike with a fastball.
Sliding into second base is Maben, and then he came up and he showed some disgust. Maybe shaking that left wrist. He's been kind of doing that lately.
He jammed it into the bag, full force. Hit to left field. Young gives ground. Maben back to tag as Young makes the catch. Maben will advance to third, and holding at first is Hudson. So first and third with 2 outs. Tying run 90 feet away, Maben. And Ryan Ludwig a chance to do some damage. He's a 1 for 2 tonight.
Secondary lead. He realizes that the ball is hitting the air to left field, and he can read Eric Young Jr. and how far back he is going. So he's thinking, no, I'm going to tag up, take that 90 feet. Hopefully we can get a 2-out knock here, a wild pitch. And that would spell a run.
So Ludwig, he's had 2 long at bats, fouling off pitch after pitch before singling in the first and before he took a third strike in the third. Tim Stauffer hoping the Padres can get him a run or 2 here. Colorado leading 3-2. Breaking ball, slider. Maben with a good bluff coming down the line at third. It's conceivable Hudson might try to steal over at first base. And Hamill giving him a look.
I think Ryan wants that pitch back. That was an elevated fastball to go the opposite way.
Iannetta coming out in front of the plate shouting to his infield in case Hudson should go. They may or may not throw through, letting his infielders know just what he has in mind. '90th pitch of the game from Hamill right here. Maben the tying run at third. Hudson away at first. 2 strikes the count on Ryan Ludwig. In the dirt and doesn't get far enough away from Iannetta, and Hudson doesn't try to advance. Maben came halfway down the line. Hudson had a chance. Because if Iannetta goes after that ball, it's a longer throw to second base, and that would really give Maben a chance to scoot home. 1-2.
Boy, Ryan Ludwig has really battled tonight, fouling off some good pitches, missing some mistakes. I'm sure he'd be the first one to mention that, with some fat pitches. Now being in the hole here, 1-2. We're going to check in with Chris Iannetta and see what he puts down. Fake the third throw to first.
That works, doesn't it? All that ever accomplishes is what we're hearing, boos.
You have, I mean, timing's everything. You have to have the right guy over there at first base. A guy who is too anxious, because once that leg is lifted, they're off and running, and they don't know whether they go to the plate or they fake the third.
Up high, 2-2.
Tried to make him chase the fastball at 93.
Ludwig is in the ideal situation for him career-wise. Never hits better than with runners at first and third. 337 is lifetime average.
I'm guessing a breaking ball down and away. 2-0 fastball. He shook off. Fastball away. Fastball in. Curveball. Flip a coin.
Ludwig steps out. They'll go through the signs again.
Fastball in. Fastball away. Fastball away. Got to think right center field here.
Fouled into the glove of Iannetta, strike 3. So for Jason Hamill, 3 strikeouts tonight. Twice he's punched out Ludwig. Colorado in front 3-2. Padres have left 5. The Rockies have stranded 3. Tulowitzki facing Tim Stauffer to lead off the 6th inning. He has singled and scored in the 2nd. As the Rockies scored all 3 of their runs in that 2nd inning. Singles by Tulowitzki and Smith. RBI singles Stewart and Iannetta, and the 3rd run came home on a balk. Tulowitzki struck out, took a third strike the last time. 3 strikeouts for Stauffer, all looking. Seth Smith and Mark Ellis to follow here in the Rockies' 6th. Ground ball toward the hole, deep for Gonzalez. Long throw, won't be in time. Tulowitzki runs much too well. So his second hit, the 8th for the Rockies against Stauffer.
Looks like a ball that was topped. It's got some spin on it, and Gonzalez does everything he can. I mean, that's one swift move. Backhand. No time to plant that back foot. That's a tough play for any shortstop.
Brings up Smith, who singled and scored in the second. Fly to right field his last time. 2-seamer for a strike. So tomorrow night, 5 o'clock, our Honda Dealers pregame show. Aaron Harang, 9-2. Ubaldo Jimenez, the 19-game winner a year ago for the Rockies. He's 6-9 this season. Rough April, but he's pitched well since. And then on Sunday at 1, Dustin Mosley, based on that dislocated left shoulder, seems to be okay. Talking about batting left-handed. He'll go against Juan Nicasio, who's 4-3 for Colorado. That's the Padres mini bat game with 8,000 to you youngsters 14 and younger. Tomorrow night's the rally towel night, 25,000 of those. So come out and get some rally towels. If you don't want them, give them to Mark Grant. He needs towels. 1-1 to Smith. Out of play. And by the way, tomorrow between 3:30 and 6:30, the Padres invite you to join the Padres Foundation and the Padre Players' Wives, the Souls for Souls shoe collection. New shoes or slightly used shoes, drop them off here at Petco Park, and they'll be given to the needy throughout San Diego. Nice charitable effort. Ground ball to first, into the hole goes Hudson to throw him out. Tulowitzki moving to second base. So there'll be receptacles here at the ballpark tomorrow for you to drop off those shoes, and the first 1,000 or so will receive some thongs if that's important to you. But yeah, sometimes you look through your closet, you know what, I wore this pair of shoes once. I mean, what am I doing? Why not I give those away?
Absolutely. As Padre Wives, they're always doing good things for the community.
Mark Ellis has grounded to short and lined to Headley. Fastball on the inside corner. One out here in the 6th. Tulowitzki in scoring position. In there again, a slider. And we hope you've purchased tickets for the Dodger series Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night. And if you want to see a couple of young, talented, left-handed pitchers Monday night, you ought to be here, because Corey Lupke goes for the Padres and Clayton Kershaw of the Dodgers.
That's a good one.
Monday night. 1-2. Lifted into shallow left center. A long run for Ludwig. Maben calls him off. Good curveball that had Ellis out on his front foot. 2 gone. Ian Stewart, the third baseman, singled in a run in the second and later scored himself. He came in on the balk by Stauffer, and that is the deciding run right now. Took a third strike his last time.
Well, after that 3 runs that Tim gave up in the second inning, he has somewhat settled down, but he has worked on out of some jams as well in the third inning. That could have been much worse, and leaving a couple runners on in the 5th. So he has battled up into this point.
90 pitches, 91 here, and a line drive foul.
Look out.
That one's skipping like a rock off a pond.
Nice. Bringing me back to the days of my youth. Going on vacation up in like Wisconsin or Michigan. My dad showed me how to hold that flat rock. And that's awesome.
That's a father-son moment.
Yeah.
And father-daughter moment.
Absolutely.
Stauffer trying to dig his way out of the infield hit, ground out. Runner at second base, Tulowitzki takes care of Ellis on a fly ball. 1 strike to Stewart. That was just out of the zone. 1-1. Stewart last year, 18 homers, 61 runs batted in, a .256 average. And then this year, hasn't been able to buy a hit. Hits this one high in the air to right field. Denorfia easing back. Plenty of room. And Stauffer again pitches out of a runner at second base with only 1 out. Bottom half of the 6th, it'll be Guzman, Denorfia, and Gonzalez for the Padres. And a reminder to follow the Padres with the MLB.com at Bat 11 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Get live audio, pitch-by-pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at Bat to 31826 or visit Padres.com for details. Jesus Guzman struck out and flied to left. Jason Hamill with his 94th pitch of the game. Slider in for a strike. Folks, be sure to stay tuned after our ball game tonight here on Channel 4 San Diego. Jane Mitchell's number 98 one-on-one edition with Aaron Harang. On the pregame show, you've seen some of the tastes of that interview. Very interesting. The San Diego zone, Harang. That will follow our broadcast tonight after the post-game show. She does such a terrific job with all her one-on-ones.
Yep.
Ball and 2 strikes to Guzman. On the outside corner. 4 strikeouts now for Hamill. Fastball catches Guzman looking, so he's struck out twice tonight. Denorfia is grounded out twice.
Dick, we always preach location of the fastball, right? Look at that location of the fastball. There's not much you can do with that pitch. If you make contact with it, you probably foul it off, but if you keep it fair, it's just going to be a little single down the right field line. Perfectly placed by Hamill.
Goes right back out there, but misses this time to Chris Denorfia. Slider. Waved at and missed. Another. Padres 2 runs on 5 hits. Colorado 3 runs, 8 hits. On the inside corner, boy, he is working the edges. And we're here in the last of the 6th inning. Hamels over the 100 pitch mark, leading 3-2. Ground ball weakly to short. Tulowitzki raises and fires in time for the out. Well, our Skycam shot tonight brought to you by Mossy Ford and Mossy Toyota. Visit us in Pacific Beach or online at mossy.com. From the Diamond View Towers, our Skycam looking down into beautiful Petco Park with its interesting mowing design.
Yep.
Luke Yoder.
And John Spreet running that camera. John doing a fine job, as always. A good egg. Good employee, Channel 4. In fact, I think he won Employee of the Month. If he didn't, I'm giving it to him.
Of course, you give everything to everybody because you're a nice man. Ooh, big cut by Gonzalez off the mask of Iannetta. What the derivation of good egg is, you know, good egg or bad egg. Why an egg? Well, it's also he's a good apple. You hear that now and then, or a bad apple. But you never hear he's a good pineapple.
What a good squash.
Swung on and missed by Gonzalez. 1-2 a slider. What a good guava.
Like it.
Watch out. That one goes way into the lower deck, deep back into an area that doesn't normally see a line drive coming at you.
That's why you bring your glove to the yard. That gentleman there has his glove on right there, standing up.
Waved at, pitch well outside in the dirt. They record the out at first base, and that's it for the Padres. In the 6th inning, they go quietly, and a couple of strikeouts for Hamel. 6 in the book. Colorado by 1. Center by MTS. MTS moves me. And by Cadillac. Visit your San Diego County Cadillac dealer for an attractive lease or purchase offer. With Mark Grant, Dick Enberg, Petco Park, beautiful San Diego. 6 innings complete, and Colorado leading 3-2 as we go to the top of the 7th. It'll be the catcher Iannetta, pitcher Hamel, and then Eric Young for Jim Tracy's Rockies. Iannetta knocked in a run with a single back in the 2nd. Ground ball off his fists right at Hudson. One out in the 7th, and the pitcher Hamill steps up.
Okay, we're getting late into the game, into the 7th inning, and for Tim Stauffer, 95 pitches. This pitch here, that bores into the hands just below the label. Can't do much with that pitch there, and Orlando Hudson was positioned perfectly for a quick out for Tim Stauffer.
Upstairs, ball 1.
So my point is that he still has decent movement after pitch 95. See if he can make adjustment here against Jason Hamill, who doubled off him last time.
Sharply hit, but right at Hudson on the broken bat. Half of the bat landing just shy of the mound. 2 away. Orlando Hudson takes care of the first 2 Rockies in the 7th.
Well, he jammed Iannetta. This one's off the end of the bat, and shrapnel all over the place.
Came up with an oar.
Yeah, good call. Yeah.
Go out into the bay and do a little rowboating. Eric Young, switch hitting leadoff man, line to right, single to center, send a fairly long ball to the right field corner into Norfia. Chases, changeup. Smothered. 0-1-2. Yeah, 1-run games and 2-run games. 60% this season of the Padre final results have been games that close. 60%. 1 or 2-run decisions. Here we are again. 3-2. One-run games are 15 and 20. Colorado 1-run games 15 and 18, almost the same. We got to throw out some comps. Plate umpire Mike Winters. How many times have we gone into the 7th inning and not questioned a strike call? He's been on his game.
That's a good call. No pun intended there. But you're right. I think he has been consistent for both sides.
That's what we're talking about. 2-2 to Young. Right back to Stauffer. Little pepper one hopper. And the inning is over. 3 ground ball outs for Stauffer. We've reached the stretch half of the 7th at Petco Park in San Diego. The Rockies 3, the Padres 2. Let's go beyond the box score, brought to you by Discount Tire, where America saves on tires. 13 innings, and look at that. Edgar Renteria puts a bite on his old teammates. Game-winning single, 4-3 for the Reds over the Giants, and the Dodgers have a 5-3 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning up at Dodger Stadium. Matt Kemp, another home run and 5 RBIs. All the runs scored by the Dodgers driven in by Kemp tonight. He continues to have a silver bat year, maybe an MVP year. Ryan Spilborghs goes into left field for Eric Young defensively. Padres need a run to tie. Martinez grounded to first and bounced to the mound. Logan Forsythe is in the on-deck circle, and apparently Stauffer's night is complete. 1-1. 109th pitch from Hamill.
Well, Tim really battled tonight. You know, he wasn't spot on with his pitches. You know, he missed location a few times, and the only runs that the Rockies put up was in that 2nd inning. Battled out of trouble in the 3rd and in the 5th, and kept him close.
Sharp shot, but Tulowitzki there to field it on the 2nd hop and throw him out. And Martinez hits it on the nose, but couldn't get it away from the Colorado shortstop. And here's Forsythe called back, and Kyle Blanks will bat for Stauffer. Stauffer, 103 pitches tonight. Padres would like to get him a run or two here as he trails 3-2 as he leaves. 7 innings, 3 runs. The last of the 3 on a balk by Stauffer. 8 hits, walked only 1, and struck out 3. Blanks takes a high fastball. Since being recalled from Tucson, recovering, of course, from that elbow surgery last year, he's 2 for 20. 2 singles.
I'd like to see the 88 train get into one here, huh?
Be nice. Takes outside, 2-0.
But if I'm a betting man, as the Rockies bullpen gets busy with Lindstrom and Reynolds, I would think that Hamill is going to try to keep the ball away from Blanks. Give him right field, give him right center field.
Yep, outside and low again. So 3-0 to Blanks.
And if he elects to throw him a breaking ball, I mean, it's 3-0 here. He might go fastball away. He better make sure it's out of the zone. If he leaves it out of the heart of the plate, he can lose one on him.
Guzman was green lighted 3-0 earlier in the game. High ball 4. So Hamels has walked his 3rd man. That might be his last batter faced, as the tying run aboard on a walk. And we go to the top of the Padre batting order, and Cameron Maybin, who is 2 for 3. Tracy has a lefty and a right-hander getting ready in the bullpen. Little stall by the catcher to give the 2 men in the bullpen more time, and now Tracy's going to make his move to a right-hander. So a pitching change here at Petco Park. Tying run at first base. Hamill not at all happy to see his manager come out, but he has thrown 115 pitches, and Matt Lindstrom comes in to work with 1 out here in the 7th inning. We'll take a break. Rockies leading the Padres 3-2. can enjoy quality, fresh Mexican food and a wonderful evening. Happy hour 7 days a week. The veteran Lindstrom from Madison, Indiana, turned down a scholarship, University of California, Berkeley, to sign with the Mets back in 2002. They drafted him in the 10th round. 6'3" and 218. Numbers solid this year. Doesn't throw the home run ball. In fact, he's given up only one home run all year.
And a hard thrower. He can get it up to 97, 98 on the fastball. Also a slider and a split.
Maben takes a high strike. Grounded 1-4-3 in the first inning. Doubled into the right field corner. Scored in the third. Singled. And stole second base in the fifth inning.
And obviously the right move for Jim Tracy. Lindstrom throws harder than Hamill. Oh, look at that breaking ball. That's a slider that bites straight down at 84. And plus, it would have been the fourth time around for Maben versus Hamill, so he's going to give him a different look. Harder thrower, sharper breaking ball.
Tying run, Blanks at first base with a walk, one out here in the seventh. Goes to the slider outside. Hudson on deck. That's out of play. Lindstrom acquired by Colorado in the offseason from Houston. Rockies sent right-handed pitcher Jonathan Aristo and Wes Music, a left-hander, to the Astros for Lindstrom. Who is now 31. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lays off the fastball. Boy, 97.
Lindstrom is one of those pitchers that falls into the category of throwing hard and harder. Doesn't really have that one off-speed pitch with the 12, 13, 14 mile an hour differential between the fastball and the changeup. I mean, his changeup, or his split finger rather, is like 89.
Blanks with his lead. Struck him out on a slider away. That was off the plate.
That's nasty.
2 out. Hudson, the batter, grounded out, singled in a run, scored himself in the third. The Padres 2 runs, a double by Maben. He went to third on a wild pitch, scored on an infield hit by Hudson. Hudson then stole second base and scored on Chase Headley's single. $27,612 here at Petco tonight, trying to execute the wave. Headley hoping he gets a chance as Hudson's up there, 2 outs. Blanks safe lead at first. 2-0. Boy, he's singing. That fastball is singing. So we've got to train our Petco fans a little better, though. You're going to do the wave. He can't stop you. But do it when the other team's hitting. Make it a distraction for their hitters, not your own hitters. 2-1 to Hudson.
Yeah, I remember hearing stories. Remember Tom Seaver pitching in Flushing, right, for the Mets? He, a lot of guys would step out when a plane would go because it gets loud there.
Yeah,
right.
Sure
he
does.
would use it to his advantage. I mean, he would time it to where he would pitch when the plane was going over.
And that deafening roar. 3-1. Yeah, that tennis facility is right next door to LaGuardia.
Yeah.
The same there. You know, it's somebody serving the ball and a roar of a plane. You don't hear the sound of the ball off the racket. It's a real disadvantage for the returner. Same here. And even though there's not a sound of the ball being delivered, there, in a way, there's an aura about it all. 3-1 and out of play. Couldn't catch up with the fastball at 95. So Lindstrom topping out at 97. And 95 on that pitch. 3-2. So Blanks with 2 outs will be off with this pitch, and the outfield moves back for the Rockies trying to protect against the 2-base hit that would tie it. Line drives, drops into right center. Blanks running all the way around third and will hold as Hudson has his second hit of the game. First and third again for the Padres. With 2 out, and Headley comes up. 1 for 2 tonight with an RBI single. Stauffer still the pitcher of record.
Yeah, and the Padres doing everything they can to have Tim Stauffer spit the hook as Orlando Hudson turns on a nice fastball about belt buckle high. Well, first and third action and another 2-out hit. He had one in the first. And now here in the 7th.
Headley walked in the first, his 100th hit of the season, an RBI single in the third. And he flied to left his last time against the starter Jason Hammel. And that's going to be all for Lindstrom, as Tracy wants the left-hander to come in. Well, that's interesting because that'll turn Headley around to the right side where he's hitting 100 points. Oh, wait, well, it is Matt Reynolds, the left-hander. And Headley hitting 100 points higher right-handed. Let's see how that all works. 3-2 Colorado. And with 2 out, and the Padres with a tying run at third, the go-ahead score at first base. And this is an intriguing matchup. Reynolds, as a left-hander, has pretty good success against right-handed hitters.
He does. In fact, righties are only hitting 197 off of this left-handed pitcher for the Colorado Rockies.
But Headley has the top average against left-handed pitchers in the National League at 366.
Should be a good matchup here. Interesting matchup. Head-to-head battle.
He takes inside ball 1.
And what makes Reynolds so effective? He throws the fastball, a slurve, a split changeup. Tops out about 91, 92.
Blanks at third, Hudson at first, 2 outs, a 3-2 game here in the 7th. Ball 2. Threw him a changeup. Ryan Ludwig is on deck. See what he gets. 2-0. Foul. Fastball. 91.
Very quick arm action from Matt Reynolds. I mean, he gets that arm up and through the throwing zone very quickly, and that ball has a tendency to sneak up on you.
Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Strike 2. High strike.
Kind of like a slurve. Not really a curve, not really a slider. Kind of an in-betweener.
But in a good spot.
Yep.
Painted the outside corner. So 2-2 now to Headley. Ground ball foul. Padres had first and third in the 5th inning with 2 outs. Ludwig struck out. Now first and third in the 7th. The tying run down the line at third, carried by Kyle Blanks. Hudson ready to roll from first base. Out of play.
One of the things Chase mentioned, batting from the right side and why he has had good numbers. I mean, seeing the baseball, but he really credits that leg kick that he has kind of incorporated from the right side. Talked to him yesterday about that. And he said it's all a timing thing. Every hitter has his little timing device to make him feel comfortable and get in a good set position.
What do you think Tulowitzki came in to say? He obviously was in command of that conversation.
Maybe to get the signs straight. Could have been one of the things, because he wants to relay that to Mark Ellis, what the sign's going to be.
Runners take their leads. Pop fly, shallow and right toward the bullpen, and out of play. Good hustle by Ellis. He ran out of room. The ball wasn't hit high enough for him to get down there and get a glove on it. So Headley still alive. Runners return.
That's knowing the territory, because Ellis breaking it down. You know, if you go into that wall full bore, you're going to go tipping over. He realized that he had no chance, so he pulled the cord, and parachute comes out and does the pop-up slide.
In the dirt, and the count goes full to Headley.
That's great recognition of that sharp breaking ball down and in. You'll see a lot of right-handed hitters swing over the top of that pitch.
Hudson gets a jump start from first here with 3 and 2 and 2 outs. Make the man happy. Make him happy. Ball 4. Missed high and away. So the bases are loaded. The go-ahead scorer, Hudson, moves into scoring position. And Ryan Ludwig steps in. And Tracy, back out of the dugout, will make a pitching change. Matt Delisle. He's gone to the mat here in the 7th. Matt Lindstrom, Matt Reynolds, and Matt Delisle out of the bullpen with a score. Rockies 3, Padres 2, and the bases full of Padres. 7th inning, 4th overall. Hamill relieved by Lindstrom, relieved by Reynolds, and now Belisle with the bases loaded. And Ryan Ludwig steps up. Belisle giving up more hits than innings pitched. 285 average against, and 4 of those hits home runs. Tying run at third, but a Padre at every pillow here. 2 outs in the 7th, and ball 1 outside.
You know what's crazy about this game of baseball? When you look at numbers and matchups, Matt Belisle facing right-handed batters, they're hitting .317 off of him. And look at Ludwig's numbers against the right-hander.
One of those 3 hits a home run. Fouled out of play. It's been quiet in the home run department for Ludwig of late. It's been 17 games since he hit his 11th home run in San Francisco, July 7th. Club leader and RBI leader with 62. A chance to make some big noise here with the bases jammed. 1-1 the count. Couldn't catch up with the 94-mile-an-hour fastball.
Matt Belisle's fastball is 94, 95, as we just saw. Slider, curve, and a change. 4-pitch pitcher.
Ludwig singled in the first. He struck out the last 2 times. Popped him up. Second baseman Ellis is calling. And the Padres leave 3 in the 7th inning. And we go on to the 8th with the Rockies still in front, 3-2. Rays baseball from Petco Park, brought to you by the summer's best event from Cadillac. Get exceptional offers on the entire Cadillac lineup, including the versatile SRX crossover. Visit your San Diego Cadillac dealer tomorrow. The remarkable 23-year-old Aussie, Josh Spence, comes in. Rockin' fire.
The thumber is toeing the slab right now. It is so fun to watch Josh Spence twirl that 83, 84 mile an hour fastball. Oh, that slurve. He struck out the side yesterday in his inning of work.
He just has had a terrific time here. When he first came up, it was a stopgap. The Padres looking for a left-handed arm in the bullpen, and with Wade LeBlanc back in Tucson and Lupke becoming a starter, and until Thatcher returns from his rehab, and he's about to return, this man was going to get a man out, a left-hander out, but he's become much more than that.
Yep.
20th outing for the man from Victoria State. Hour or so out of Melbourne in the south of the country down under. Fowler turns around, bats right-handed. There's that slurve. Todd Helton and then Troy Tulowitzki here in the 8th inning. Change up at 76. 1-2.
I thought there was a great article in the paper today in the UT quoting Josh Spence and his thought process.
Chopped high off home plate. Spence fields, throws him out. Let's check our leaderboard, brought to you by Los Primos, home of the Monster Burrito. Get your $5 meal deal at Los Primos. Highest batting average this season. Jose Reyes of the Mets at .343, leading the National League. Ryan Braun. Some are thinking about him as the MVP this year, Braun in Milwaukee. Then Murphy, another Met. Joey Votto, right there at .319. That's about where he finished last year. And Todd Helton, 5th in the league, this veteran at .315. And he's 1 for 3 tonight. A double into the left field corner. Here's Spence. Hilton seeing him for the first time. The only run given up by Spence, a home run by Ethier in Los Angeles. There's that slur for a strike, and he can throw it for a strike. And Darren Balsley commenting of how much action. He must have very strong hands, strong grip to be able to snap that breaking pitch.
Yeah, great rotation on that breaking ball.
It's over but low.
It was quoted in the UT this morning that late break in the zone. And that's something that you really can't teach. It's just something that you do to the baseball to manipulate it and make it break the way it does when it gets to home plate. Nice.
2-2. Something else nice about that article. Heath Bell, there's a young kid from Australia, comes up to the big leagues, bought him a designer suit, $1,500 suit. And you want to dress right if you're going to be in the big leagues. Hit to left field. Ludwig makes the catch on the run. Hilton flirts with another double, but Ludwig able to chase it down.
Ludwig hopping on that one like a kangaroo. What was the pitch? Breaking ball, outer half, Helton. That's a shocker, him taking it that way like he does so well. And like a little baby Joey out there in left field, Ryan Ludwig.
You and me and an emu.
The marsupial, right? Is that what it's called? Right. Marsupial, I'll get it right. Leave it to me to mess it up. Anyway, he caught it right in the pouch.
You know, the national flag of Australia has 2 animals, birds, whatever. A kangaroo and an emu, like an ostrich. It's
right.
An ostrich.
Yeah.
You know why they're on there? One of the theme of Australia is move forward.
Okay.
Advance. Right. Australia is their anthem. So the 2 emu and a kangaroo can't move backwards. They can only move forward.
Oh, I did not know that.
And so they are presented on the flag of Australia. Tulowitzki pops it up. Center of the diamond. Gonzalez, the shortstop. Josh Spence. 1, 2, 3 again. Good on ya, mate. Bottom of the 8th. Guzman, Denorfia, and Gonzalez coming up for the Padres. Game 2, 5:35. First 25,000 fans will receive a free Padres rally towel. Make sure to grab your towel and cheer on the Padres against the Rockies. Go to Padres.com to get your tickets tonight. Alas, Rafael Betancourt has come in to pitch for the Rockies.
Here we go.
Mr. Slow Motion. Jesus Guzman, Kristen Orfia, and Alberto Gonzalez to bat. He's slow just in general, but with the man on base, then it's just a snail's pace for Betancourt, but it's effective.
He can be, yeah, you're right.
He's 2-0 with ERA up there, 4.28 ERA, and a batting average against 260. 40 innings, 40 hits allowed, 6 home runs.
Hey, we poke fun at Rafael Betancourt, all in good fun, because he is so slow and deliberate out there. But that's his style. That's the way he's done it, and he has been successful at the big league level doing just that. Still has good stuff. Mid-90s on the fastball, a slider, and a change.
Guzman starts it here in the 8th and takes it outside. He has struck out twice and flied to left.
And think about it. If you're a hitter against him, it would kind of drive you a little nuts, huh? And maybe that's his game plan. Part of his game plan.
You know, he tests everyone's patience, including his own infield. Remember Tulowitzki all but fell asleep at shortstop last time he pitched. Fouled at the plate. Well, occasionally we get a poem from a gentleman that calls himself the Mission Bay Bard.
Oh, okay.
And he's good. And he wrote a poem about Betancourt called Tedium. We'll share with you after this pitch. A ball and a strike to Guzman. Outside. Outfielders yawned, spectators moaned, infielders fidgeted, broadcasters groaned. Delay, delay, maddening routine with all the excitement of grass growing green. The game had come to a dead standstill. Rafael Betancourt had taken the hill.
Nicely done.
Mission Bay Bard. That's going to slice down into the corner in right field, and the count remains 2-2 on Jesus Guzman.
Tedium, the quality or condition of being tedious. Tediousness or boredom.
It's not boredom if you're winning, but
that's right.
When you're losing and you have to digest his time consuming action, it is harder to swallow. 2-2 again, and another foul. Guzman. He's shown home run punch, 4 homers, just 73 at bats coming in. Denorfia, and then Gonzalez to bat here in the 8th inning.
Hey, think about it. This inning for Betancourt is just as important as a guy going out there in the 9th inning for a save. He's got to hold it for his Rockies. He has 18 holds on the year.
Struck him out. He's got some age on him, but can still pump that fastball. That one at 93. So Guzman strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. Denorfia up 3 times. 3 times ground outs. Once to the second baseman and twice to shortstop Tulowitzki. Well, we should report a traffic alert tomorrow. There's going to be a large tailgate party on the Imperial side of the ballpark. First pitch to Denorfia. Goes around. There's going to be some 12,000 Scripps employees and people from Scripps. They're going to have a big tailgate party over there, so it's going to be tough to get down Imperial if that's your normal pattern to Petco. So park over on the convention center side tomorrow. Be aware there'll be a traffic backup on the Imperial side. A ball and a strike to Denorfia. 3-2 the Rockies. 3 runs scored back in the 2nd inning off Stauffer have held up so far. Fans are counting how long it takes for Betancourt to deliver. And he delivers a strike, 1-2 at 93. He's allowed 12 seconds, but the batter must be in the batter's box. If Denorfia just say stay in the batter's box, don't step out, stay there, and the ball gets back to Betancourt, by rule he has 12 seconds to pitch. Punches a soft ground ball to second, and 4 times up, 4 ground ball outs for Denorfia. As we invite you to stay tuned for the Sequan Casino postgame show from our Channel 4 studios. Jenny Kavnar and Bob Scanlon standing by. Sequan Casino, get away for the day at Sequan Casino. Alberto Gonzalez hitting in tough luck tonight. 2 line drive outs, 1 to right, 1 to left field. And he struck out the last time. So it's set up at this point for Jim Tracy to bring in Houston Street as ace closer, as Betancourt, the 4th relief pitcher, to follow starter Jason Hamill. Good cut by Gonzalez, 1-1. See, part of baseball today is the hitters they don't stand in the batter's box, they step out, and so the clock doesn't start. But it would be interesting if you challenge the umpires. I'm telling my guys to stay in there, and they're not going to step out. You've got the stopwatch. If he doesn't throw the ball in 12 seconds, it's a ball by rule.
You know, they'd probably issue a warning if the opposing manager.
They should. Yeah, they
absolutely.
Should.
Yeah. But you're right. You know, you do it maybe, I don't know, maybe he's going out for the inning, and then you maybe just take a leisurely walk out to the umpire and put it in his ear and make him aware of it. And then you instruct your hitters to do just that. It's a good point.
You do it when you're giving the lineup card at the start of the game.
Yeah.
Just I want to remind you. That Betancourt, 2 quick outs, and now 1-2 to Gonzalez. Doesn't chase. Catcher Luis Martinez on deck.
Tulowitzki had his glove off. He was chewing his nails. He was saying something to second base umpire Chris Guccione.
2 balls, 2 strikes. That clipped back into the second deck.
I got some time. Check out the outfield. Hey, those are pretty good seats up there, huh? Park in the park, pretty cool.
He's talking to himself.
Yeah, he is.
And he's getting some answers. That's what's scary.
Helton's adjusting the goatee. Did I leave the iron on?
2-2 again. And another foul.
I knew I should have asked her out in high school. She was hot. Nah, she probably would have said no anyway. Oh well.
Two and two. Didn't take enough time. He had to step off the rubber.
Yeah.
You know, you really run out of spit, you know, when he's on the mound. You can only expectorate so many times. Get dry mouth. 2-2. And another foul. Good at bat for Gonzalez. A little pedicure, manicure, and yeah, just make sure those legs are working, because you know, stand around. 2-2. Struck him out. Well, the Padres go in order against Betancourt. Strikes out 2. Ninth inning coming up. Rockies still in front by 1. Mosley against Nicasio of the Rockies to wrap up the 3-game series. Mini bat day. First 8,000 of you youngsters 14 and under receive a Padres mini bat. And don't wait. Get your tickets tonight at Padres.com. Have mom and dad come out with you and take home a souvenir Padres mini bat on Sunday. Bright-eyed young Padre fan.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean it's getting late, Dad? Well, Spence stays in to work the 9th inning. Facing Seth Smith, Mark Ellis, and Ian Stewart, 2 left-handed batters scheduled. He retired the side in order in the 8th. And Smith can't figure him out on that slurve. Soft ground ball to Hudson at second. And he fires quickly to nail the speedy Smith, hustling up the line. 4 up, 4 down against Spence. And that's going to be all for him. Black leaves him in to face the left-hander. Now we'll bring in Chad Qualls with the right-hander, Mark Ellis. Spence does his work again. Yeah, the fans are going to start falling in love with him the way the Padre dugout and manager and coaches are. Another terrific job for the young left-hander. comes in, and his profile brought to you by Lolitas at the Park, where you can enjoy quality, fresh Mexican food and a wonderful evening happy hour 7 days a week. Or you can enjoy a wonderful evening happy hour 7 days a week and fresh Mexican food. Going to change that copy.
Good combo.
4 and 5, 3.38 ERA, 2.62 batting average. What did Tony Gwynn call that sinker?
A bowling ball, like
turbo sinker. Yeah, that's quite a compliment.
Yeah, so it's like trying to hit a bowling ball, right? The turbo sinker.
Well, if you throw 5 of them,
yeah.
It celebrates Cinco de Turbo.
Yeah.
Ellis has grounded out line to third and flied to center. Starts him with a slider. Left-handed hitting Ian Stewart is on deck.
Righty's only hitting .218 off of Chad Qualls.
Here's that heavy sinker. But looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning, the Padres will have scheduled Luis Martinez, the pitcher's spot. Then the top of the order, Cameron Maben. And sure enough, Houston, or Houston if you're in New York, Houston Street, warming up. He's their ace closer. 1-2, Mark Ellis. Street has 27 saves, 3 behind Heath Bell. Swung on and missed. Got him with a slider. 2 outs. 3 runs in the second for Colorado. The Padres answered with 2 in the third. Padres have gotten runners to third base on a couple of occasions since. First and third with 1 out, and then the bases loaded with 2 out. Actually, there were 2 out, first and third in the 5th. Bases loaded in the 7th. But unable to get that tying run home. Went around, strike 1. Boy, 94. He's got that fastball at high octane tonight.
Only 4 at bat for Ian Stewart against Chad Qualls. He's hitting in the even 500, 2 for 4.
Just 26 years of age, from Orange County, La Quinta High School. Fastball, but the fastball has sink as well. 1-2. Some of the trade rumors surround this man, Qualls. Struck him out. Foul tip on a slider. That's it for the Rockies in the 9th as Qualls comes in to strike out Ellis and Stewart. Last call for the home team. They need 1 to tie, and Houston Street will be the pitcher. Let's go to the hit of the game, brought to you by El Cajon Ford. As Tony Gwynn says, nobody beats El Cajon Ford. Visit them at Broadway and Main or elcajonford.com. Catcher Chris Iannetta, a run in. He drives a single to right field to tie the game at 2. And then that moved Stewart to second. He stole third, Stewart, and came home on a balk. And that's the difference in the game. Houston Street. Very few blown saves. 27 saves in all. 46 innings, 44 hits in those 46 innings. He's given up 9 home runs. That's really high for a closer. Martinez, with his first major league home run on Wednesday night, leads it off.
And Houston Street is not a hard thrower. He relies on location and moving that slider in and out, just like the fastball. Only 7 walks for Street coming into this ball game, and he has pitched 46 innings. That's being a strike thrower.
Slider, 1-2. Chases the slider. Street strikes him out. Logan Forsythe will come up to hit for Qualls. A couple of Padres that were teammates, Tucson Padres, early part of the year. Martinez and now Forsythe. Strike. Forsythe at 197 on the year, 12 hits, 61 at bats, a couple of doubles, a triple, looking for his first big league homer. Goes around, 0-2. The slider is working for Street.
He likes to throw that, doesn't he? He gets the right release point, the right arm angle on that pitch. He locates it very well.
Struck him out on the outside corner. Fastball paints the outside edge. Couple of men up, couple of strikeouts for Street.
He had gotten a call here. I think that's a ball. You know, once again, you got 2 strikes on you. You have to protect. Looks like Houston Street gets a call.
But if you're against one of the top closers in the league and you're a rookie, you better be swinging. Maben and Hudson to follow, the only Padres with multiple hits. They've accounted with for 2 hits each of the total of 6. Outside corner. Betancourt struck out 2 of the 3 men he faced in the last inning, and Street comes in to strike out the first 2 batters he's faced, and the Padres are down to their final strike. Tried to get Maben to chase the slider. Rounded out, double to right and scored, single to right center, and struck out. 2 for 4 Maben.
He's going back to the slider.
2-2.
Cameron Maben's got it in his mind that if that slider, that ball down and away, looks like it's got that spin on it, you got to spit on it because it's going to end up out of the strike zone. You know, he doesn't want to put that tying run on base. He just shook off the fastball away. He's going back to the slider.
Line drive left field, and that's going to go into the corner. Maben with his 3rd hit is a double, and the tying run in scoring position. 3-for-5 night for Cameron Maben. No question, he has been outstanding these last 2 months.
You talk about going out and getting a slider. That one's on the outer half. Watch how he kind of out front and then just wrists it. Pulling it down that left field line. That's a one-hopper off the wall. Padres need a 2-out knock.
Hudson has grounded out, knocked in a run, a single off Tulowitzki's glove, walked and singled, so he's 2 for 3 tonight. Takes a strike, a fastball. Tying run at second. The outfield, nevertheless, at double depth. They backed off. They risked a single in front of them. They don't want to give Hudson an extra base hit. High, 1-1. So 7 hits total tonight for the Padres. 5 of them from the first 2 men in the batting order. Maben with 3 and Hudson with 2. Outside, 2-1. Changeup.
We know that if Orlando Hudson gets a fastball outer half of the plate and up, he can rifle it down that left field line. Looks like Street's trying to keep the ball away from Hudson.
Outside target again. Slice down the left field line, but that's going to go into the seats. Foul. The Padres once again down to their final strike. Maben ready to sprint from second. Hudson trying to get something. He can punch into the outfield. Ground ball off the glove of Street. He hustles, throws, and gets him, and the ball game is over. The Rockies have won another one-run game, 3-2. A theme that sadly continues to play here at Petco Park. Close game, 1 run, and the visitors have the win. 3-2. The final. Will be back with the totals from Petco Park right after we pause for these words.